Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to chapter number 9 of geography, that is trade. We were looking at according to the quantity of goods, how the goods divided into quantity, which customer we have to target. We have seen the wholesaler market and the whole retail trade. Now, according to the extent of region, we have seen the domestic trade. Now we'll come to international trade. International trade means the exchange of good and service of one country with other countries. Some countries produce specific product in excess. For example, crude oil in the Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and wheat production in USA, Canada, etc. These products are sent to the countries having demand for those goods. This leads to be the beginning of international trade. When international trade take place between two countries in the bilateral trade, when it occurs between more than two countries, it is called multilateral trade. See, now international trade. Not only we wanted to sell our product in a domestic way or in a domestic firm or in domestic scale, also we have to sell this into the international trade. We have to grow our business and we have to deal with foreign countries, and we can get the foreign currency in India. So in that we use the international trade. Whatever your speciality is there in some products or some service, we will send it to other countries. Or it's, if it is two countries, that means it is a bilateral trade. And if it is more than two countries, that means it is a multilateral trade. So these are international trade. That is you are expanding your business not only in domestic but also in international. Now, export and import. Export and import are the basic process of international trade. When a country buys those goods and services which are scarce in their own country from another country, it is known as import. When a country produces excess goods or service than required, it sells these countries to countries which have demand for it. This is called export. Like the best example of import and export is, we are specialized in spices. Our spices are popular in the whole world, so we export these spices to other countries. Likewise, import, China is very popular in their electronic gadgets. We buy and we import the goods from China. So this is like buying and selling. We have demand for international gadgets, and the China is China's production is always high. They have a labor, number of labors they have. The production employments are very high there, so that's why they produce a lot, and that's why they export their goods and we import from China. Now, balance trade. What is balance trade? The differences between import and export value of countries' specific period is called balance of trade. Following are the types of balance of trade. See, first is unfavorable balance of trade. What is balance of trade? That means your import, like for India, if its export is more than import, that means we are in balance trade. We are doing the balance trade. The third one, see, the import is equal and the export is equal. Whatever we are buying and whatever we are selling are equal. Now the first one, unfavorable balance. That means our export is very high and import is less. That means this is unfavorable balance. Now the favorable balance, that means you are doing import a lot and export less, so that is favorable balance. Whatever you are importing, that means your currencies are now your currency value will be according to the import and export. So this is called balancing trade. Now, international trade organization. Carrying out trade at the international level is a more complex process than the domestic trade. Trade takes place between two or more nations. Factors like economy of the country, government policy, markets, law, judicial system, currency, language, etc. influence the trade. The political relation between two countries also influence the trade between them. Sometimes obstacle in the way of trading affects the natural relationship adversely. To avoid this, international economy and trade organization came up. The smoothen and the justify the process of trade between countries of different economic standings. Some international economic organization were formed. This organization works toward the facilitations and the growth of international trade. The details of a few organizations have been given here in the following table. See, see, have you heard about the word dispute? What is dispute? That means if you are friend with somebody, or if you know that person, and now there is some misunderstanding or some circumstances, that's why you have a dispute. That means you have unfavorable situation between both of you. So why this organization means, if for example, if India is dealing with China, and India is doing trade with China, and we have to look out with these factors. What is the economy of the China? That means economy of the China is good, that means he can pay to our goods. Then government policy, what is their government policy, what is our government policy. Then market, the spices value is high or less in the market, that China's market. Their law and judicial systems. And then currency, their currency is high in value and our currency is low in value. The language, obviously the Chinese language is little difficult for India to deal, and to do the trade in the local bodies. Only the person who know the Chinese language or the international language like English, they can deal with it. So these, and the political relation are how our relationship with is there with China. So these factors we have to take care when we are doing international trade. Sometimes we have to face different circumstances and different problems. That's why this international trade organizations have been made, that deal and that refuse the dispute among the countries. See, these are the tables. This is very important, it will come in your exam with the different answers. World Trade Organization, European Union, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, Southeast Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, Asia Pacific Economic Corporation, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So these are different organization. They have different aims and functions. Now we'll see till here. Next we'll continue in next lecture. Thank you.